This month, we're kicking off with Victoria Voyage, which launched its first batch of flats at nearly 30,000 Hong Kong dollars per square foot. Is it worth the price? Let's find out. Hi, I'm Bobo and welcome back to our weekly recap of Hong Kong real estate. Today, we'll be discussing the launch of Victoria Voyage's first batch of flats with record-breaking prices. Next, we'll be looking at the first-hand market and how it fared during Tuesday's record-breaking black rainstorm before discussing the impact of Hong Kong's rising mortgage rates. Developed by China Overseas, the Board of Henderson Land, and KWA International, Victoria Voyage released its first price list on the 6th of August. After applying the maximum 12% discount, the average discounted price is $29,628 per square foot. Last year, other Kai Tak runway projects launched at $17,000 to $18,400 per square foot for their first batches. This new development is at least 60% more expensive, making it one of the priciest developments in the area. However, earlier projects in the area primarily faced the Kwun Tong typhoon shelter, while Victoria Voyage offers harbor views, placing it in a different category. The pricing of Victoria Voyage is also in line with other harbor view developments such as Cullinan Harbor, Pano Harbor, and the Knightsbridge, where recent transactions ranged from 26,000 to 42,500 Hong Kong dollars per square foot. This positions Victoria Voyage comfortably in the mid-range of this spectrum. Future price increases are possible depending on market response. The first batch includes 103 units, all with harbor views featuring 2- and 3-bedroom layouts. Discounted prices range from 13.32 million Hong Kong dollars to 21.64 million Hong Kong dollars, with per square foot prices between around 25,800 and 32,300 Hong Kong dollars. The cheapest unit, a 516 square foot 2-bedroom apartment in Tower 2A, is priced at 13.32 million Hong Kong dollars after discounts. Even with an 80% mortgage, monthly repayments for this unit would exceed 41,000 Hong Kong dollars, highlighting the hefty financial commitment required from buyers. The project will start receiving checks on Saturday, with sales arrangements to be announced next week. Next, the property market remained undeterred by Tuesday's black rainstorm signal, which lasted over 11 hours, during which 10 first-hand transactions were recorded. Among them, a 437 square foot, 2-bedroom unit sold for 8.74 million Hong Kong dollars at around 20,000 Hong Kong dollars per square foot. Wong Chuk Hang's Deepwater Pavilion 2 saw a 2-bedroom, 505 square foot apartment sell for over 11 million Hong Kong dollars, also at around $20,000 per square foot. Combined sales for both phases of Deepwater Pavilion reached 509 units, generating over 8.9 billion Hong Kong dollars, with an average price of 27,000 Hong Kong dollars per square foot. In the second-hand market, a 1-bedroom unit in Kowloon Bay's Tak Bo Garden was sold by an owner who had held the property for less than a year. The quick turnover resulted in a profit, marking the first transaction in the estate for August. The 253 square foot unit was sold for 3.08 million Hong Kong dollars at $12,100 per square foot. The transaction included a rental agreement offering the buyer a 4.9% rental yield before deducting management fees. The original owner, who purchased the unit for 2.75 million Hong Kong dollars in December, made a profit of 330,000 Hong Kong dollars after holding the property for just 8 months. Meanwhile, the Hong Kong dollar once again hit the weak side convertibility undertaking, prompting the Hong Kong Monetary Authority to intervene by purchasing 6.4 billion Hong Kong dollars on Tuesday to stabilize the currency. Since June, the Monetary Authority has absorbed about 101 billion Hong Kong dollars in total, reducing Hong Kong's aggregate balance to $72.4 billion as of August 6th. Also, as of August 6th, the 1-month Hong Kong interbank offered rate stood at 0.87%. For those on HIBOR-linked mortgage plans, the effective mortgage interest rate has risen from its earlier low of 1.8% to 2.17%. For a loan amount of 5 million Hong Kong dollars, the monthly repayment is now about $18,909, which is $924 more than when the rate was 1.8%. However, the current rate is still below the capped rate of 3.5%, where the same loan would require monthly repayments of $22,452, a difference of $3,543 compared to current levels. The HKMA explained that recent interventions were driven by carry trades weakening the Hong Kong dollar. Although there has been a slight rise in HIBOR recently, it remains below US interest rates. The future direction of interest rates will largely depend on the supply and demand of Hong Kong dollar liquidity and the US Federal Reserve's monetary policy. The Federal Reserve's next rate rate meeting is scheduled for September 18th Hong Kong time. Last week's sharply downgraded non-farm payroll data indicates a potential slowdown in the US economy. As a result, some Fed officials now see the possibility of 2 rate cuts before the end of the year. For more information on the secondhand market, stay till the end of this video for this week's recap of secondhand transactions across each district. That's all for this episode. See you in the next.